Today is Sunday and I do have a few orders to pack. I had a few orders this week that I didn't record just because I was kind of just packing them as they came. So I usually don't record when it's just like one or like two. I try to like wait until I have a good amount before I start recording. I'm just doing the thank you cards at the moment, but I'm not gonna be packing it until later today because I'm actually going to be getting some work done in this room. And I recently mentioned how I felt like it was a bit too dark in this room when I'm filming, like YouTube in particular, or trying to take pictures and stuff like that. It's not as bright as I need it to be, so I have to use a lot of like studio lights and stuff like that, and I really don't want to have to do that because I feel like it's bringing the quality down of the video. We're actually going to get recessed lighting installed in here. I'm going to get 4 lights installed in the 4 corners of the room, and it's going to be like an LED, like bright white light. And the LEDs are good because you don't have to like change out the light bulb or anything like that, and they last a really long time before you have to do anything with them. So I'm just trying to get some little things done before he comes, because I'm pretty much going to be not able to come in this room because it's going to be so messy. They have to like drill holes in the ceiling and like go up in the attic and like all this stuff. I do think it's going to be an all day thing. So yeah, I'm just going to wait to do the packing because I feel like the moment I start, I'm gonna get interrupted, and I also don't want to be in their way either. These are my thank you cards. I do my thank you cards on a 4x6 like postcard style. I made the design on Canva, and then I actually get it printed out professionally at Staples because they do it the fastest and it's the cheapest. I don't use like Vistaprint anymore because I just feel like they are just kind of expensive and it takes too long. Since I am kind of going through like a little bit of a rebrand, I guess, like I'm changing up some things, I think I'm definitely going to probably keep the same design but change out some of the fonts and change out the logo at some point. On the back, I don't have anything back here because I placed like a pre-made sticker that I make with like instructions. I just stick it on there myself. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and have the back already be pre-made because this is what I currently just stick on the back. And I do think it is taking a little bit too much time. So I think I'm gonna just, in the future, when I get these remade again, I'm going to just have this already printed on the back so that it's just already done and out the way. I think also either on the front or the back, put a little section where I can actually write your name on it, or I'm just going to make a whole separate note card where I can write your name and write a note and like design it myself. Kind of like something like this. I found these on Amazon like when I first launched my business because I didn't have anything. I didn't know how to make anything either. But I think I might kind of design it the way I have the business card and then just keep the business cards for only like in-person things, because in the business card I actually have the QR code. So maybe I'll put the QR code on something like this. I do try my hardest to always write you guys a little thank you like note. Sometimes it takes a while, so I'm just trying to find a balance. Okay, so I'm just trying to find a balance for like writing the notes, but I think if I have a lot of the card like pre-made and all I have to do is write your name in the note, I think it would be a little bit easier. I'm just going to start putting back all of my plants on my little display shelves here. I think I'm going to put everything back in the same order that it was in, just to save time. I think I might switch it up later on, but as of right now, I think I'm just gonna put everything back. I just looked down, and this is the first time like I've actually checked on these. Down here, I actually have all of the alocasia fridecorns. And you guys, look, they've been like really growing. Here's one right here. This is one of them. This one is super cute. I've been growing them all in just perlite and water. I realized that's what works for me when it comes to the alocasia corns. And look at this one as well. Wow, this one is really beautiful. And it has a new leaf coming in too. That's so exciting. I'm so glad that I didn't really lose any of them. There's a lot more under here too, but they're not as big. This one, kind of see this guy here, super cute. Also has like a new leaf coming in as well. And when I do the alocasia corms, I do like a double cup method. I do a cup on the bottom and then a cup on the top for extra humidity, and then I just tape the side. And I just keep it moist, and that's what works the best. Oh yeah, and then this one down here, this is not alocasia, but this is an epipremnum marble. There was like a little pup that was growing in one of the plants, so I had took it out. And look, it's actually growing like cute little leaves, so that's super cute. So yeah, I just wanted to show you guys that as I was looking at it, but let's go ahead and fix up the shelves. Here is an update on the Philodendron Red Anderson. This is one of the newest leaves here, and this one was the previous newest leaf. This one is one of my Philodendron Pink Princesses. This one actually has really good genetics. I am not a super fan of Pink Princess, but I do enjoy the ones that have a lot of variegation. This is the Syngonium Chiapense variegated. And while I'm doing this, I'm just gonna go ahead and dust off all the leaves. They have a lot of dust on them from when my friend was here working on this room. They had to like drill holes in the ceiling and stuff. Even though all the plants were like covered, there's still like some dust on them. So I just want to go ahead and clean all of them off, and this is a perfect time to do it. This is just a mixture of neem oil concentrate, water, and mild dish soap. Some of you guys had asked me what the ratio is for this. On the neem oil bottle that I buy, I'll post a picture up here in case you want to go get it. It tells you exactly how to mix it up. I just use this to clean off all of the plant's leaves. I just prefer all of the plants to have nice shiny leaves, and I also wipe down all the plants before I ship them out so that when you unbox them they are nice and clean as well. That's just something special that I like to do because it just makes the plant look a little bit nicer, you know. I'm not a fan of when I get a plant online and it arrives to me like really dusty. It looks like they just pulled it from like the back of their shelf or something like that. I just don't like that. I feel like you could at least wipe it down with water before you ship it. It's just a little thing, but it makes a big difference when you're unboxing your plant. If you're shipping plants, I just recommend you just wipe them down with just like water or something like that, just so they're not dusty, you know. This is my Philodendron White Princess. This one is the one with the pink leaf. This is the newest leaf, so no pink and honestly not a lot of white either. So I'm really curious to see what happens next with this plant. Probably if it doesn't keep it up, I might cut it and see what it does because sometimes cutting can help encourage variegation, but we'll see. This is one of my Philodendron Gloriosums. This one had 2 leaves, but they started yellowing, so I just cut them off, so we're down to this one. Can somebody please explain why this plant is doing this? It's putting a leaf from the bottom. I've never really seen that before. Is that so weird? So I literally have no idea like what I'm gonna do with this plant. I'm probably gonna have to just cut it and then try to reroot it like upside down or something, but this is just the Gloriosum green. This is my Philodendron Billy, who has been quite happy these days. Growing really large, definitely needs an up pot, but we're gonna do that once I get the new pots in. And then this one here is my Philodendron Jungle Boogie. This guy is one of my favorites. I think I've talked about it before, but just look how big it's getting. I'm so excited for this guy. Can't wait to repot this into a bigger pot as well. The newest leaf did break off. I can see it right up here. So I'm just gonna take that off, but I'm thinking in the future, I'm just gonna let this plant grow out and then I'm just gonna keep it downstairs in my living room just like as a really big plant. So this shelf is pretty much back to normal, and then in here, this is the little terrarium boxes. These are actually coming to the shop very soon, probably in like August. I've got a little Syngonium Mojito in here, Hoya New Guinea Ghost, and a little Pink Princess growing in pond. I did downsize a ton in my collection, so really I just don't have that many plants, so the bottom is still empty. Coming soon, I'll probably add more things to the collection, so I'm not really worried about it. So let's move on to the Anthurium shelf. So on this side, we have all the Anthuriums. This is the Anthurium King of Spades crossed with an Ace of Spades. Here is the newest leaf. The leaves do come in this beautiful red color, and then they fade into the green. I am going to be getting some more of these coming in very soon as well. So you can look out for these in case you missed it the first time. We do have, I think, 2 or 3 more coming in, so make sure you look out for that. This is my sad Anthurium Luxurians. I think what it comes down to with this plant right now is that it probably just needs a repot. It does have a new growth coming in, So I'm hoping that it makes it. Yeah, this guy just suffered in the move. I talked about it before, but hopefully he can recover and come through. This is Anthurium crystallinum crossed with a Bessie AF. This is my Anthurium clarinervium, Anthurium Michelle. This is my tore up Anthurium Brielle X Zara. It's actually putting out 2 leaves at the same time, so probably once these new leaves come out, hopefully they do not get ripped like all the rest of them. I'm probably going to cut back this plant just because like this leaf, it has a hole in it, this one has a hole in it as well. Like it's just looking really crusty, so maybe once those leaves come in and they look nice, I'll just cut this plant back. This is my Anthurium Queen. She's actually hanging in there. We've got a new leaf coming in, so we're gonna see if this leaf tanks. Every time I get a new leaf on my queens, the old leaf always tanks. So we're gonna see what happens there, but for now it's looking pretty good. The last guy that goes up here, this is one of my like OG first Anthuriums. This is Anthurium crystallinum crossed with a forgetii. This guy is just massive, so I keep him in the back and I don't really show him off that much just because of how big it is. But yeah, he's still here and still kicking. This is how it looks when it's finished. Pretty much the same order as before. My Anthurium collection is growing quite quickly now. I mean, this is all I have at the moment, but I feel like I normally would focus more on philodendrons and zingoniums, but lately I've just been all about the Anthuriums and I'm really loving them. I'm trying to also bring more Anthuriums to the shop as well. So today is actually my birthday. Today I'm turning 30 years old. But I have a few things that I need to do first before I can actually celebrate. I have a pickup order, so I'm getting that together right now. They just ordered a couple pots and she's coming to pick it up. She's on her way now, and I'm gonna go meet her at a local store. For my pickup orders, when it's non-plant product, I have these recyclable bags and I just use those. I think it's better than just giving them the pots or whatever they order just without a bag. So yeah, I just put it in there. I have her receipt and then I have her thank you card as well. And then I'm just gonna put my little thank you sticker. I just put it on the front of the bag. I think it looks cute. To be quite honest with you guys, I have not recorded in here like all week. I just like have not been feeling like recording. I didn't feel like uploading a YouTube video this week. Prior week of you guys seeing this, I didn't upload at all. Normally I upload 2 times a week. I didn't upload anything. The reason for that is like, honestly, I was just like, you know what, let me just take a little break. I just finally am settled into my house. Like, let me just enjoy spending time at home just in my pajamas. Like, I just don't want to do anything. I just figured it was good to just take a little break. My birthday's today. Why not just take a break for my birthday, you know? But I still do have a lot of plant stuff to do between today and tomorrow, so I'm just gonna film that and then get that out to you guys. We have plants coming this week as well. They are gonna be shipping out probably on Monday or Tuesday, and then I should get them between Wednesday and Thursday. That will be its own separate video. As you guys know, I like to show you guys all the new plants, show you guys how I do it, restock the shop, everything like that. I just been in a mood where I just didn't want to do anything, like not just YouTube. I just didn't want to do anything. I just wanted to be home in my pajamas, and that's exactly what I did this week, and I'm very happy. Sometimes I have a hard time just doing nothing, and that's all I wanted to do for my birthday. I just don't want to do anything. We are going out to dinner and get a couple of drinks tonight. So yeah, I'm just chilling today, but I'm gonna go drop this off and then I have to water the plants. Another reason why I wasn't recording was because I had to catch up on a lot of like my tax stuff for like the business. In Jersey, you have to file your sales tax every quarter, and a new quarter just passed, so I had to gather up all of my sales for the last quarter, pay back to state, everything like that. And I had a ton of business receipts for like my business expenses I had to go through. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys, I had like a stack like this big of receipts that I had to go through so that I could get money back for next year. So yeah, make sure if you're starting a business, save all your receipts because you can write off a lot of things, and I am planning on writing off this room in here because I do use it every single day for my business. So I am looking into learning how to do that. Anyway, I'm gonna go drop this off and then I'll see you guys a little bit later. It's been a few hours, you guys. Oh my goodness. I went to drop off the pickup order to Miss Carla. if you're watching this, hey. We ended up talking for like 3 hours at the Dunkin' Donuts. So funny. We were just talking, like completely lost track of time and everything. It is really crazy how kind and sweet the plant community can be. You will really meet some people that just are meant to be in your life. And I honestly just feel like today was just meant to be. I met a wonderful woman today, and I just feel great after the conversations that we've had. It's just crazy, like the people that you just meet. You just have no idea. And that's what's so awesome about the plant community. Her name is Carla, and she's been collecting plants, anthuriums specifically, for over 30 years, you guys. 30 years. And she has a crazy anthurium collection. Very smart, very educated woman, and she is just very knowledgeable. Overall, I'm just so happy that I was able to meet Carla today. We just sat in the Dunkin' Donuts and talked for hours, and we're planning on going to a future Equigenera pop-up together. So I think that will be really nice. So hopefully we can end up doing that. I think that would be awesome. But yeah, that's where I was. Like I said, it's been a few hours, but I'm back now, and I'm going to water all of the plants in the shop room. They are a little bit dry, so I'm going to do that now, and I will catch in with you guys when I'm done. Good morning, everybody. Today is Sunday, the day after my birthday. I wanted to show you guys the little flowers that my boyfriend got me for my birthday. How cute. I mentioned to him recently that I've been liking these like pretty flowers. And while I'm here, I wanted to show you guys the Monstera alba. So if you haven't seen the repot for this plant, make sure you go check it out. I'll put the link in the cards up here. So this is what she's looking like. If you watched the video, you will know that this plant did have a ton of root rot and it's doing way better. So it did not lose any leaves. I was a little worried that I was gonna lose a couple of the leaves because there is like a little bit of yellowing like around the edges on some, but it ended up pulling through. So I'm really happy about it and it looks really, really good. This is the newest leaf that came out. So this one, it was coming out as it was shipped to me. So it did get a bit damaged right here. It did lose this little chunk and it was browning while it was coming out, but overall it still looks pretty good. And it has a good amount of fenestrations as well on the new leaf. And there's even another leaf coming out of here. So I'm super excited to see that one. I just have it in this cute little basket that I got from like TJ Maxx a while ago, and it's in a 12-inch pot, and I just have it on the cocoa pole that it came with. I talked about the cocoa poles in that video, and long story short, I think that these poles are just really, really good for Monsteras because they just grow so quickly and attach to things so fast. Every time I get my Monsteras in for shipment, they always come on these poles and they are 100% attached. So if you're looking for some type of support for your Monsteras, I recommend these or like a plank versus like a flimsy little moss pole or something like that. Or if you want to go ahead and make one of those big wired moss poles, I say do that because these plants get big fast and they need a lot of support. This window does get a good amount of light throughout the day and I think it's perfect for it. And usually I do have the blinds open so it gets a lot of sunlight. So I'm really excited for this and I will keep you guys updated on this guy. Today, I'm going to be tackling some of these plants that need some attention. I do have a few plants here that I want to repot, pot up, put them in like a perlite mix, whatever, some propagations, things like that. These have just been kind of growing in the propagation bins or like the rehab bins, so it's just time for me to like address them. So I have a few ties here and I've definitely talked about this before. In the past, I've ordered pretty big ties, like 6-inch ties that have leaves like this. I don't order them anymore because I don't know what it is about the big ones, but every time I get them in shipment, they end up like rotting and like things go wrong. I've had these 2 ties on this table since January, okay? They have rotted on me like 3 or 4 times now, and finally we're at a place where I think it's okay for me to do something else with them. So since that whole thing, I do not order big ties. Like I just cannot do it. It is just too time consuming. It's a waste of money for me and I don't gain anything out of it. So I have 2 of these left, but now I ordered the really small ones or like the medium sized one. Here is an example of like the little small medium one. This one just put out this beautiful leaf and has a little fenestration. It's on the shop. This one is Monstera Tie Constellation number 1 if you're looking for it. But I have this one and I have another one, and sometimes I have the little 4-inch babies. But this size is way easier to deal with for a shop than these ones for me. I don't know why. I've just had such a bad experience. I don't know if it was just a bad batch of them back in January, but I'm like scarred from them. So I just don't buy them anymore. And they're also a pain in the butt to ship them because they're just so big. Shipping gets super expensive. This size Monstera tie works best for me in the shop, so I'm probably gonna keep getting this size. So I'm 100% going to try my best to get these 2 ties on the shop very soon. If you don't see them on the shop, well, you probably know exactly what's gonna happen. Every single time I have moved these ties into any other substrate other than water, immediately they have rotted on me. The crazy part about these ties are that they are all top cuts. They are just top cuts from another tie, which the bottom cuts did fine. It was the propagations that gave me the most trouble. These 2 are the remainder. Every time I move them from water to perlite, potting mix, whatever, this one we moved it to actual sphagnum moss and perlite, which is a huge like no for me. I don't do moss, but I was like, I don't know what else to do. Not gonna lie, it did rot like twice in here, but it's finally doing better. I don't know if you can see it from this far. If anything, I'll zoom it in as best as I can, but we do have some good moss roots in here. I think I'm just going to put it into a bigger pot and add some more perlite and a little bit more moss around it and call it a day and see how it does. And then this one's just gonna get listed as is. I don't really like to use moss, and I don't like to have the plants and moss for the shop just because I prefer the plants in like the potting mix so that it's easier for some customers, you know what I mean? The other thing is I'm afraid that the customer is going to take this out of the moss, mess with the roots, put it in potting mix or something, and it's gonna rot. I honestly think I might just keep this one and then list the other one just because I'm kind of fearful of what's gonna happen to this plant because it has done me dirty so many times. I don't want to be like liable for that if somebody gets it and then they move it to another substrate and it rots. Like that's where I'm at with it. So maybe we'll just keep this one. I don't know. We'll see how it does in a few days after I'm done with it. The other one, which I'll show you soon, is in water. So I was going to just move it to perlite water and then it could be shipped in just perlite and it should be okay. But this one, I don't know. This one has just put me through the ringer, you guys. I'm tired of it. So unfortunately, I might just keep it. I don't know. So since I'm repotting, I'm gonna put on my repotting apron finally. James bought me this, I think like 2 Valentine's days ago. And I always forget about it. But yeah, it's this cute little Monstera apron. It helps protect the clothes, super cute. It has some pockets as well for like your scissors and stuff like that. So I have my potting mix over here and I have some perlite over here as well. It's just gonna depend. So it came right out. It does have really nice like fuzzy roots. I know for sure it's gonna die if I put it in potting mix. So we're gonna just keep it in the moss, I think, and just be done with it. I'm gonna do one of my 6-inch pots and I'm gonna line the bottom with perlite. I'm getting really close to the bottom of the bag of the perlite, so this shit is getting super dusty. And in the beginning of this whole video, I said, I need to start wearing a mask because I get allergies. And guess what? I'm getting allergies right now. Guess who doesn't have any masks? I thought I had a whole bunch of them. I don't know where they're at, so I'm gonna have to order some because I just know that after this, I'm gonna be like completely stuffy again. And I'm aware that I'm making a mess and I just really don't care because this room is messy already. So it has to get cleaned, it has to get like mopped and everything, so I'm not really worried about it, honestly. I'm gonna take some of the top of the moss and put it along the sides because the top of the moss is like getting algae anyway. And I know if I do this, it won't disturb the rest of the plant, so I'm just gonna take some of the top moss and put it along the sides to make like a moss layer, I guess. And then I'm just gonna fill the rest with perlite, honestly. I don't really care at this point. This plant has just put me through like hell and I'm just tired of it. It's still really beautiful. Like this is a beautiful like new leaf right here. And then what I'll probably do with this guy is put it in like a deep saucer so that it stays moist. And that's really it. I don't know if this is controversial to talk about, but I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys seen that recent video with those 2 guys going back and forth about the root rot with the Monsteras. I don't know, but I'm just saying, in my opinion, I have a really difficult time with root rot with Monstera. I don't know any science behind it. I just know Thai constellations, I've always had root rot with them. Don't know why. I'm not a scientist, I don't freaking know, but yeah. So yeah, let me know your opinions on the Thai constellation if you've had a root rot issue as well, because I sure have. So this is this guy. He's got a lot of browning on the top as well. It's also super dusty from when the guys were in here drilling the hole, so I have to wipe it down too. So I'm gonna do that now. I did recently buy a air purifier that I'm going to like move it back and forth between this room and our bedroom. And so far we've had it in the bedroom a few nights and I feel that both of our allergies have like gotten much better at night, especially me. All right, so here is this guy. Looking all right. I'm going to water everything at the end, so I'll show you guys that as well. But for now, this guy's done. So I guess let's up pot this Anthurium Quesmoral lens. I'm gonna put it in this tall pot instead because of the way that it hangs down. It's very like the queen. I only have a few of these left and they're like my little personal stash. So I only have a couple of these, but don't worry, they're coming back. A bunch of sizes of these are gonna come back to the shop as well. So you can look out for this pot and all the other pots, they're already on the shop as well. If If you're wondering where the clear pots come from, I do sell them on the shop. So make sure you go ahead and check that out as well. So I'm just gonna put this in here instead. I think it will do better in the taller pot. And I really thought I was not gonna make a mess. And look at the mess on this table, you guys, a hot mess. And at this point, I don't even care. Like, it's just already messy, so it doesn't make a difference if I try to be clean or not, because this room has to get cleaned anyway. So I guess while I'm doing this stuff, I'll just have a quick chat with you guys about like how I'm feeling and stuff. So long story short, I feel like I'm a little burnt out. Burnt out because it's just a lot. I do a lot by myself. I do work full time. I am lucky enough to work from home, but I am at my desk for like 10, 11 hours a day. As soon as I'm done that, I do shop stuff, recording YouTube videos, Instagram, TikTok, and whatever else I do. And last week I did just take a break because I just didn't want to do anything. And I honestly started feeling guilty about it, and I don't know why. Like, I shouldn't feel guilty for taking a break off of YouTube for just like a week or something like that. I normally post 2 videos a week, but I'm struggling with the second video. So I usually will post a vlog like this on either Tuesday or Wednesday, and then I'll post like a shorter video, like a sit down video of just like me, kind of like this, on Saturdays for you guys. I'm finding that my Saturday videos are getting harder and harder for me to make because I don't think I enjoy it. I'll be honest with you, I don't think I enjoy it. I enjoy vlogs because I can do a million different things and put it in one video. I just like it. It's really hard as a plant YouTuber because you're so limited to what you can talk about. I'm also somebody who does not share like plant care tips and this is how I take care of Monstera, how I take care of this. Like, I'm not somebody who does that because there's just too much information out there. There's no reason for me to do that. Oh, and I am just potting up this little Adansonii alba into a pot of perlite. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that it's a little hard coming up with ideas as a plant YouTuber because there's a lot of us out there and it's all the same stuff. So I don't feel like I'm bringing any value when I'm talking about plant care or potting mix. Like, I just don't feel like I'm bringing any value because there's so much information already on YouTube from other creators. Like, I almost feel like, what's the point of me recording a Saturday video, you know? I feel that what makes me unique is the plant vlogs because I'm showing off plant care and my plant chores, but I'm also showing you guys what it's like to run my business. So I feel like that's what makes me unique, and I think I'm going to lean more towards that kind of content. I think occasionally I'm going to toss in a few Saturday videos, but I don't think I'm going to make it every single week because it just stresses me out. Like, come Wednesday, I'm like stressed out trying to think of, oh my gosh, what can I do for a video? A simple one is repot and chat, right? Kind of like this, I guess. But to do a repot and chat, I need plants. And my collection is nowhere what it used to be. And I just don't understand how people are on this camera talking for 3 hours while repotting a plant. Like, I can't comprehend it. It takes me 5 seconds. Like I'm done. Like, I don't know what else to talk about this plant. Like, this is done. Like, I don't know, you know? So yeah, I just don't know how to bring value of those kind of videos. And I'm sorry if you really like those videos. I'm gonna still try to bring them like to you guys, but it's just something that I don't enjoy, and I don't think it's worth the stress because, like I said, there's so many people out there. If you're looking for strictly plant content, then this is definitely not the channel because it's definitely split in half between business and plant content. Like, that's just, it is what it is. This one is just a little Thai constellation prop. It's been growing in water. I'm gonna pot this one in a cup with a no drainage so it can have extra water with the perlite. So yeah, anyway, I just don't feel that I really am bringing any value to you guys by having a Saturday video like that. I just really don't know how to make a repot video and make it interesting, you know? I repot my plants in literally 2 seconds and like, that's it. And another thing is, to have a plant YouTube channel, you have to have plants to talk about, right? Like I said, I don't really have that many, and all my plants, they're kind of just taken care of. I don't really have to do massive plant chores for them because I take care of them like every single day. I just water my plants, trim the dead leaves, and like that's it. Like, and they're all in pretty good shape. I don't really wait until like there's a huge like problem and I have to do all this stuff to make it a big video. Like, I just don't. Another thing is, I realized a lot of plant YouTubers buy a lot of plants so that they can just record an unboxing video, and that's not gonna happen here. I don't feel like with any type of YouTube channel you have, whatever you do, that you should be consuming so many products just so you can have a video to put out that week. It just doesn't make sense to me, and I'm just not gonna do it. I'm only gonna buy plants that I like, and when I can. Like, I'm not gonna put myself in a hole just so I can have videos come out. I'm just gonna focus on what I like. If I feel like making a Saturday video, I'll make the Saturday video, but I don't want you guys to expect it too much, because the vlogs are more fun for me to make, but they're also harder for me to make because it's a lot of editing, and I edit probably 5 days a week, sometimes longer, and then I'm like rushing to get it out, and then as soon as I'm done that, I'm like immediately trying to film another video and get it uploaded for Saturday. It's just a lot of work when you're full-time working, you have a regular life and everything. It's a lot of work. I might limit it down to 1 video a week, maybe 2, like as like a here and there thing. But I'm thinking the direction of the channel is the vlogs are gonna get a little bit longer to compensate for that Saturday video not being there. I don't know what Saturday videos are gonna consist of now, but yeah, just wanted to throw that out there with you guys. Hope you're not upset with me, but I am doing this stuff by myself and I'm doing my best. This table is a hot mess. I'm sorry if it's like not aesthetically pleasing, but it is what it is. This is a Monstera alba cutting here, propagation. It's been growing in water. It does have a little bit of browning on the side over here, which I hope you can see, but it did put out this beautiful new leaf right in the middle. So I'm gonna put it in a 5-inch pot, and I'm just gonna go ahead and just do the perlite with it, and then let it just keep growing those water roots, and it'll just be easy to ship that way. I don't know, sometimes Monsteras are just really sensitive. Even though they are really hardy plants, the variegated Monsteras can be sensitive, especially when it comes to change. So just want to be careful with that, because, you know, I am trying to sell these plants, and I can't sell them if they're going to die, you know? So I gotta just do what I think is going to work, and I'm pretty sure this is going to be better for the plant. I realize I don't enjoy plant Facebook groups. I don't know if anybody can relate to that, because I know y'all love them Facebook purge groups. I know y'all love it. I do like them to an extent. I've had to leave a few of them because it's just too much back and forth on plants, and it's getting kind of ridiculous. I feel like this hobby is supposed to be fun, you know? Why is everybody arguing? Like, they just argue so much about plants, and it's just insane to me. It's kind of weird how like defensive some people get over plants. I don't like seeing that toxic stuff. I don't like seeing all that negativity. I don't want to see it. I've even left a lot of my local groups, like especially Philly. I've outgrown that phase of my plant journey. I don't want to do it. I think it's just best sometimes to just keep things to yourself, and I think that's just better for me, because people really go too hard and they bully each other, and I just don't like it. So yeah, you won't see me in a lot of those groups anymore, because the bullying is just, it's out of control to be like a grown adult bullying another adult over a plant. Like, it's weird. And you know, too, there's been a lot of scams lately on Facebook. Please make sure you guys are buying from people who are reputable. And please stop buying plants from people that tell you to purchase with friends and family. Payment methods, like, just save yourself the trouble. Just seriously, save yourself the trouble. I try to keep it as real as possible and be as transparent as possible with you guys, and that's something I'm very firm on. You need to buy plants from people who are trusted sellers, because the moment they are saying things like, oh, you can trust me, you can do friends and family. That's like a huge red flag, and you should not be like buying from somebody who's telling you how to make your purchase. Like, you're the one paying, you should be able to make the purchase however you want. So yeah, I've left a lot of those groups because too many scams, too much like negativity, and I don't need it in my life. I can get my money elsewhere, and it doesn't need to be from a Facebook group. I'm really hoping this guy pulls through because I would like to get this guy on the shop soon, because we are kind of low on Monstera albas. I'm going to be getting a batch of Monstera albas this week. Actually, today they are going to call me to make the payment, so we should have them this coming week. So you guys will see all the new plants next week. And in that batch of plants, I did get myself a wish list plant, so really excited to unbox that one with you guys. So excited. But this is what it's looking like. That new leaf is so cute, isn't it? So here is the other problem child, the other Thai constellation. This guy's got a couple holes in him. He's not too bad. This one I've also had for a long time. I'm fully convinced that when this plant decides to put out a new leaf, it's going to be a baby leaf, because it's been holding on to these two leaves like since January. I'm going to put this one in a 6-inch one so it has room to grow. And I'm going to do perlite again. And I'm just going to clean the leaves off because it's kind of dusty still. Also, I'm sorry I haven't like restocked the shop. I didn't want to add more stress to myself by like restocking and having to ship a bunch of like packages. I just don't want to add too much stress for myself. So I've just been kind of quiet, especially on Instagram too. I've been super quiet over there. I need to get better at posting again. I'm trying. It's just, oh man, when you get burnt out in something, you just don't want to do it. And that's my personality. I just don't want to do it sometimes. As much as I love my shop, my plants, everything, sometimes I just don't even want to come in here. Like, I just don't. And that's okay, because we're going to get through it. And things are going to get better. So, yeah. I'm already feeling a little bit better this week, and I'm feeling better that, like, I talked myself through it. Like, I'm going to be firm on me just uploading what I want to do, when I want to do it. So hopefully that helps me a lot in the long run. I just cleaned up everything and I moved the new plants over here. We have the two Thais, a little alba, the little baby Thai, and then the Adansonii alba down here as well. And then over here in the corner you can kind of see is the Cosmorolens. So I'm just going to water them now. And I'm just going to make sure I do a lot of water this time, because some of them are water props, so I want to make sure that they have enough water in their container, especially like this little Thai. It's in a no drainage, so I want to make sure it has a lot of water to start. And I am just using my sprayer that I always use. You can find the sprayer in my Amazon links. I'll have it linked down below so you can go ahead and check it out.